Teenage pregnancy can be defined as pregnancy that occurs in young girls below the age of 20, regardless of whether they are married or adult age. At the same time, teenage pregnancy associate with social issue. But this issue is not a hindrance in your achieving in your dreams in life. Your life is go on and prove everyone that you are strong enough to face those issues, challenge, and criticism in your life. Well, my name is Angeline Neri from Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management, and by now they must know my speech will be about teenage pregnancy. In our society, we are facing a problem of teenage pregnancy, which causes the issue of abortion to occur. There is very high rate of teenage pregnancy and abortions in our society. And that is not healthy or good for every individual and the society as a whole. This issue occurs because of the responsibility of your youth. They're having unprotected sexual activities were just not safe and may cause them a lot of problem such as having HID, AIDS, STID, and other sexual transmitted disease. And also, most teenage pregnancy are unintentional. Women of all age, we have unintended pregnancy. A lot of teenage who become pregnant. Sometimes they wish they weren't this happen because they either don't want to be a parents or they know is not the right time. By the time they find out that they are pregnant, they start stressing out. Why? Because it was never meant to happen, and it also because they don't want their parents to know or to find out teenage pregnancy associate with social issue such as lower educational level and high rates of poverty. This happen because when they're pregnant, they drop out of school and just worry about their baby. They live poor life because they don't think about the future. Instead, they spend a lot their money of their child. They don't save up any money and they keep buying things for themselves and for their baby. Teenage pregnancy is the distraction to educations. Instead, back life of teenage, in some of them don't go back to school after having babies. Why? Because they're ashamed, they're afraid to go to judge someone, they're afraid to judge by the teachers, classmates, or anyone from the school. But without education, this day, life is very difficult because we can find to go get a good job without classifications. Education is a must because education is a must. Balik-balik. Because education is the most powerful weapon which we can change our world. Teenage pregnancy need to decrease in the end. I would like to say that teenage should stay in school and study to have a brighter future and can give very defined life to their families. Pregnancy is not only a special time of you and your partner. There are maybe a lot of other people around you who are interested in your pregnancy, such as your family and friends. People can offer a great deal of help in all sorts of ways. And you'll probably be glad of their interest and support. But sometimes it can feel as if they're taking over. Being pregnant may also put you on the receiving end of a lot of advice and perhaps criticism. There will be times when you appreciate the advice, but also times when the advice is not wanted or helpful. The important thing is to decide what is right for you. After all, it is your pregnancy and your baby. If unwanted advice is becoming a problem, explain gently that there are some decisions that only you and your partner can make solution, and some things that you prefer to do on your own.
And I remember that when I started getting nauseous and more nauseous, I started throwing up every day. I told my best friend, Lily, and she looked at me and she said, "Have you done anything lately?" And I asked, "What do you mean?" And then I remembered that night. I was like, yes, I did. And we went to the pharmacy and we got a pregnancy test, and I took the test. It came positive, and I remember when it came positive. Lily just held me there as I cried. I went through a lot after that day. I was kicked out of my house because I was pregnant, but I learned quite a lesson that you should never be taken advantage of. You should never be pressured in doing anything you don't want to. Today, I have my daughter. She is 3 years old, and I don't regret having her, but I do regret having her at the time I did. It was much more difficult for me,